Hello, my name is Archie Flores, and today I will be discussing my thesis, Why Our Sources Are Not That Reliable. Before we start, we should clear up what makes a source reliable. A good source will use relevant facts and information to your topic. A good source is also politically unbiased and doesn't lean one way or the other if you are retrieving info for something that is political. Relevance to your topic is also important. And something else that is important is accuracy. This matters because you want to be getting info that is true. Dates matter because using outdated sources is never good. Authority is another thing that I always look for authors for sources I'm using. Why our sources are only so reliable. Nowadays, with most of the political divide, it makes it hard for a source to be reliable with accurate information, especially for our news sources. A question that always arises is who fact checks the news and who fact checks the fact checkers? Investors.com quotes, "The problem is that fact checkers themselves can be unreliable sources for what's true or not. Fact checkers make their own mistakes. They sometimes change ratings based on new information, or they make determinations based on arbitrary standards that can change from one review to the next." One problem that we have had is that many of our sources and such are controlled by large companies that try to use it to their advantage to get what they want. A way around this is just to be more cautious and aware of what you're reading. This quote is from a website that covers social issues, government, US politics, and activism. There was a time when the nightly news was synonymous with the words objective, impartial, fair, and balanced. Reporters, newscasters, and their employers saw it as a duty and badge of honor to inform the public as factually as possible of the happenings in this country and around the world. One other solution we might have is to cut down the number of sources and news outlets. The Knight Foundation states 58% of Americans say that the increased number of news sources makes it harder to be informed. 38% say it's easier. Half of adults, 50%, say that there are enough sources to sort out facts, down from 66% in 1985. There is some nuance, and the most digitally oriented consumers are among those who say it is easier to be informed. Cutting down the number of sources to a good number will make it easier to find sources that are high quality, easy, and accessible, and will also filter out what is not trustworthy and not useful. Another solution we have is to use good source databases. One way to find good sources is to use a good search engine like Google Scholar. You will get some very detailed and information filled articles and sources with the search engine. Really, any search engine does a great job at finding good sources that meet all the requirements I listed previously. Another thing you can do to find great sources is to ask teachers or librarians. Teachers and professors usually have a lot of access to books and good articles. Librarians also have lots of knowledge of where to find these things as well. So, to wrap up, are sources reliable? Sources are going to be somewhat reliable, but we need to dive deeper into our readings and make sure that we are getting the most reliable information and facts. Remember to do the research to find the best sources and accuracy, do the research on authors for credibility, look at dates to find relevance, and always be cautious and mindful. Thank you.